Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a Friday late afternoon, or I guess you could say early evening episode of Ted's Booze Cellar, with me, your most gracious host, Ted, the premier alcohol review show here on YouTube. Now, I've got an interesting one for today's episode because a good friend of mine and a former colleague, Benjamin, who actually did appear on one of the previous episodes, I think about a year and a half ago, I think it was, we reviewed a can of some sort of like French like lager on Brighton Beach. It was on his birthday actually. But he, during the lockdown, like a great many number of other people, he's been sort of mastering sort of different side projects and sort of hobbies to sort of like keep his mind busy and, you know, keep the old noggin sort of like well oiled with sort of different creative ideas. And in his case, he's taken up sort of the interesting idea of home brewing. And now he came round to my place today, just before I was about to have lunch, and he delivered to me a bottle of the beer he's been making, which he's been saving up for me, which is a amber ale, and that is Isolation Ale, a citrus amber ale that is 4.3%. I can't exactly read the last two lines. 2020 Potal Brewery. I'm going to butcher that and I'm going to sound like an absolute savage with that, but I do really like the bottle. I really like these sort of flip cap bottles that have the sort of these kind of tops. They're really ecological, I think, and they're really great because you can use them for different things. But yeah, I really like the label as well. It's got a really sort of like, you know, rustic homemade feel to it that's sort of like a really honest Joe's sort of honest like craft feel to it. Like when I imagine a really honest craft beer, this is kind of what I imagine it to look like. I've got to say, it's got a very, very dark sort of oaky hue. But yeah, I'll give the bottle a 10 out of 10. I think it looks really handsome. I like the simplicity of the artwork, and the bottle itself is really nice. So, let's give ourselves a sniff of it and see what our first impressions are like. Okay, so it kind of smells like a Harvey's Best Bitter with a sort of a weird kind of burnt cherry undertone and then this sort of slight oakiness towards the finish of the smell there. So it's got an interesting mixture of different flavours, but I think they kind of mix together quite well actually. So I'll give the smell a 9 out of 10 just because I have to be in sort of like the right kind of mood to sort of like enjoy a smell like that. But it smells really nice, and it doesn't smell too harsh. The flavours smell like they've been mixed together well, and it smells like it's got a balanced flavour overall. So yeah, I'm already looking quite forward to this. So yeah, already a good omen. But so I'll give that a 9 out of 10, and then on to the most important part of the video, which is to see what this tastes like. So as you can see here, I poured some into a glass. It's got a bit of a dark ambery sort of hue. Now let's see if it is cherry and sort of oaky like I thought it was going to be, because I'm getting good impressions from the smell and the look of the glass already, so bottoms up. Okay, it's interesting, because it's kind of got like the light watery texture of like a bitter, but the taste is more like an amber ale crossed with a British dark ale. But then the finish is quite interesting in the sense that you've got this very unusual mixture of dark oakiness with like this sweet sort of like burnt cherry sort of aftertaste. Now, sweet cherry taste is sort of like mainly the undercurrent throughout. It fizzles out a little bit at the end, which I feel like that fizzling out at the end really complements the oakiness in the aftertaste quite well. And that provides a really nice finish to the overall sort of smooth, ambery, tiny bit bitter sort of flavour throughout. But, yeah, no, it's good. I mean, once you take a few more sips of it as well, you start to get this almost sort of aromatic, kind of almost slightly flourishyish flourish to the taste as well. So the flavour builds upon itself the more you drink of this, which I think is a really impressive feat to achieve, especially for I would say homemade beers. So yeah, honestly, Ben's done an absolutely fantastic number on this. This is really impressive. I mean, He's a man who's been around long enough to like know the finer things in life, I think. So I think, but I'm not quite sure if this was his first homemade brew. It might be, but if it is, then it's a damn great first attempt. Yeah, no, that was really good. I'm gonna give that a 10 out of 10. That is really good. This is what I would want when I ask for like an amber ale. This is spot on. Striking flavours that don't contrast too starkly against each other, with a simple, plain texture that sort of allows them to express themselves. Like, honestly, Ben, 10 out of 10. Would recommend, absolutely a buy if you were going to sell this. And yeah, whew, what a way to finish the week off. Yeah, absolutely fantastic stuff. So, if you guys did like this video, leave a like, share and subscribe. If you have any suggestions for future episodes of Ted's Booze Cellar, let me know in the comments section down below. And if you want to check it out, anything else I do online, I'll leave the links to my social medias and other YouTube channels and everything else in the video description down below. But until next time, have fun with whatever you're doing. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Wash your hands, take a mask with you to the shops, drink responsibly, know your limits. I'll see you guys next time at the bar on Ted's Booze Cellar. Bye-bye for now.